Hello, my name is William French. I am a recruiter with RSS Mission Viejo. My current job before I was a recruiter was a firefighter in the Marine Corps, aircraft rescue specialist, and my last duty station was MCS Myanmar.
What date did you receive orders that you were going to Afghanistan?
I think it was January of 2008. I was told I was going to Afghanistan in March of 2009. That's the date I was told I was going, but the actual date I don't know exactly, but that month is when I was told.
What was your reaction when you realized you were going to war?
I was actually really excited. The reason being is because I was able to use my skills that I've learned throughout the Marine Corps. Being a firefighter, I deal a lot with medical calls. So with that being said, I knew I was going to be able to do a lot of traumas and a lot of different abilities to help myself.
Why were we fighting in the war?
I'm not an expert on this, but the reason being is that ultimately, we were protecting our rights and our freedoms in America. We were attacked on September 11th, 2001. From that day on, we wanted to fight the battle on a different land so that those terrorists did not come to our land.
Okay. Where in Afghanistan were you stationed and for how long?
Okay. When I first got to Afghanistan, I was in a place called Leatherneck. It's in Fob of Dwyer, a combat outpost and a forward observing base. I was there for a total of 7 more months, and then I came back to the U.S.
Did you see combat?
I didn't directly see combat. My job was to go in and pick up individuals who were directly involved with it. So I seen my fair share of situations, but I was not directly involved in combat.
Of your experiences, what was the most fearful?
I think the most fearful was the thought of the unknown, of when the next time somebody's going to come in and need my help, and if my training was up to par to help them out. Ultimately, I was able to help out a lot of people because my training was up to par.
What was the most sad?
Leaving, actually. I knew I made a huge impact on a lot of people, and I was actually able to help a lot of different countries, as in Afghanistan, the Brits, those different countries out there. I was able to help them, so leaving them and leaving my training behind was tough.
What was the most humorous?
Humorous. I actually saw about 4'11" Afghani who has all white hair. And we called him Santa Claus, for the first 12 hours we met him. He had no idea what we were saying, but it was right around Christmas time, so we definitely called him Santa Claus, and it was pretty cool.
Of your experiences, what was the most memorable?
Most memorable? I think when we first got to Afghanistan, our thought process was that it was going to be a lot worse than it actually was. We were able to do so many different things and affect so many different people's lives in a positive way, to where we were able to really help out that country and really protect everything. So that was probably the most enjoyable.
Were you in any way injured?
No, I was not.
Did your unit have many casualties?
We only had one person who got hurt, so yeah.
What did you do for entertainment?
Entertainment. We played a lot of games, actually. Everything from football to baseball. Played a lot of frisbee, horseshoes. We'd watch movies. We'd make a theater. Forts. We did it all. So it's basically like living at home out there.
Did you keep a personal diary of your time in Afghanistan?
I have a photo diary. I kept days of my photos, but I didn't keep a written diary.
When did you return to the U.S.?
In October of 2010.
Do you have friends you served with that you stay in contact with now?
Yes, actually. 2 of the people from this office, I didn't directly go with them, but they served during the same time as me. And then 3 of my best friends were in my wedding, actually, that I served with.
As the war is winding down, do you feel that the Afghan people have appreciated the sacrifice of the men and women of our military?
I definitely so. I've had a friend who just came back from Afghanistan. The training and the technology and the different things that they've received from the U.S. and from our thought process and our way of life is totally different, but they've started to respect our thought process as well as we have started to respect theirs. So definitely. First of all, I want to say thank you guys all very much for having the time to come out here and interview me. Ultimately, what I would say is and challenge you is make sure that you take the right steps in the right direction first, so that ultimately your first taste of success is right there in front of you, so that you don't have to rebound from that your entire life. So make sure the first thing you taste is success and go on from there headstrong.
And I'm a United States Marine.
Prior to Afghanistan, where were you stationed?
I was stationed on Camp Pendleton, California, right down the road.
What date did you receive orders that you were going to Afghanistan?
It was December of 2009. You guys were probably in like the 3rd grade.
What was your reaction when you realized you were going to war?
I was excited. I was getting to go and kind of do my part. That's kind of what I enlisted to do, so that's great.
Why were we fighting the war?
We were fighting the war for the Americans to our left and our right and to ensure their freedom.
Where in Afghanistan were you stationed and for how long?
I was in Helmand Province the first time for 6 months, and the second time I was also in Helmand Province for 8 months.
Did you see combat while you were there?
I did.
Can you describe that for me?
It was just a feeling of uncertainty. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I relied on my brother to my left and to my right.
Of your experiences, what was the most humorous?
Probably each and every day. You know, relying on everybody's staying upbeat, and just, you get a bunch of people together in an environment, and you're guaranteed to have a good time, especially Marines.
What was the saddest experience?
The saddest experience was probably just being away from my family for that short time, but kind of put that to the side and enjoy my friends that were around me.
In what experience were you the most fearful?
The most fearful was when I first got there, just my uncertainty because I didn't know what was going on around me. But once I got a feel for, how day-to-day interactions went, and how working with the people, the locals, the natives, how all that went, it was great. I loved it.
Were you injured?
I was not.
Did your unit have many casualties?
We did not. We were fortunate.
What did you do for entertainment?
Each and every day was like a bunch of clowns. If you can imagine a bunch of Marines together with not a lot going on, you find things to amuse yourself. Everything from mini golfing with sticks to throwing rocks and seeing who can get it closest to the trash can. It's a good time.
Did you keep a personal diary of your time in Afghanistan?
I did.
Do you want to share something?
Well, what I would do is, before I'd go to bed at night, I would sit in my sleeping bag with my flashlight and I would write in it. And I would share with you guys what is in that diary, but then it wouldn't be a diary, it'd be a publicized book. It'd no longer be personal.
When did you return to the U.S.?
That time, I don't remember an exact date, it was summer. But just this recent time, I just got back like 8 months ago.
Do you have friends you served with that you stay in contact with today?
Of course, I talked to a good majority of them. I got friends everywhere in the Marine Corps. That's what it is, a band of brothers.
As the war is winding down, do you feel that the Afghan people have appreciated the sacrifice of the men and women of our military?
I think they do. And, we saw that when we were there, working with the people, helping the people. That was our main goal, was to provide for them and kind of build up their infrastructure. So we did a lot to assist them, and it was great. It made me feel good to do that as well.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
If you could give one piece of advice, what would it be?
My piece of advice would be from Mark Twain. And Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed in the things you did not do rather than the things you did. And to me, that means what if. Take that chance, and I look forward to seeing you in my office.